thought people put carbon fibre on their cars and their motorbikes. What's it doing in the shoes? Looks cool though. Looks really cool. Hi everyone, Kevin here from Golf Guy Reviews, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Footjoy Pro SL Carbon golf shoes. Now these are a spikeless golf shoe and they are the premium version of the brand new Pro SL range from Footjoy. So stick around as I'm going to let you know what they feel like to play golf in and let you know on some of the technology that's in these shoes. If you enjoy the video, please make sure you give it a like button, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel where you can keep up to date on all the latest reviews of golf shoes, clothing and tech right here on Golf Guy Reviews. Now just before we get started with the review, I just wanted to highlight that I'm pretty sure this is the first time that a pair of golf shoes has had a standard model as well as a premium model as well. They've been doing it in football boots for absolutely years, with Nike and Adidas having, you know, up to 4 or 5 different versions of the same model of shoe, starting with a baseline model and working their way up to the elite versions that the professional players wear, and with the ranges varying by almost a couple of £100. So it's interesting that Footjoy have decided to take the plunge and launch a premium version of the Footjoy Pro SL in the form of the Footjoy Pro SL Carbon. It'll be interesting to see whether it actually takes off. Will people pay the extra £30 for the Carbon version over the Pro SL? If you're wondering that question, then go check out my other video, which I'll include a link above to. In that video, I actually did a like-for-like comparison of the standard model of the Pro SL as well as the brand new Carbon version. So I let you know what I think of those and whether you should pay the extra £30. So let's review the Pro SL Carbon on its own merits. First of all, in regards to the look, it looks very, very similar to the standard Pro SL. I've got the black colorway here. It's also available in a white colorway. And you know, there are a few nice design details on the Carbon, so you can see the difference. On the heel counter here, you can see it's actually made from carbon fiber. And you've got some decal on the bottom there. You can just see it just says Carbon on it. Other than that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily realize that it was a different model. All of the stitching is exactly the same. The power harness is in exactly the same material and in exactly the same place. The only other difference as well in regards to the looks is actually the laces. So on this Carbon version, you have slightly more premium quality laces. They're a little bit thicker compared to the standard model. Personally, I like the feel of these. They do feel nicer. They tie it just slightly a little bit better, I suppose, although that's not really going to be a huge difference. But I like the fact that they've got a slightly different color texture on there which matches the shoes compared to just being a plain black version. Overall, I think the Pro SL is a good looking golf shoe. It's certainly more on the more traditional end of the style spectrum compared to some of the other golf shoes coming out, which are very much going for a more trainer casual approach. These look like a normal pair of golf shoes, except they've got the added benefit that they are spikeless. In terms of the upper, and the Pro SL Carbon is using the same upper as the standard Pro SL, and this is the Pittard's Chroma Skin leather. It's a very, very soft, very comfortable leather. It's nice and breathable. Footjoy have been using it in the Pro SL for years now. Also the same leather used in the Tour X and I believe the Tour S as well. So if you've come across that leather before, you'll know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a very, very comfortable leather. It's very premium, it's good quality. It does tend to crease quite quickly. You can see here I've only worn these shoes for a couple of rounds and you're getting a fair amount of creasing on there already. But personally that doesn't bother me too much because I just know that means they're nice and soft and they're nice and comfortable. I've never had any issues in regards to the comfort of the upper. In regards to the stability of the shoes, and Footjoy have used what they've called the power harness. You can see this additional piece of material here kind of doing a U shape at the front and then also running along the back. And that's making sure that your foot is nice and locked in and nice and stable. You're going to get not much movement inside there, so you can put nice amount of power through your foot, and your foot's not going to be rolling about on the inside. I've played with these on the course a few times. I've not had any problems with them whatsoever. They are a nice, stable golf shoe. And also to help keep your foot locked in at the heel area, you've got this carbon fiber heel counter. So this is a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger compared to the standard Pro SL. Again, you just get a good, nice locked in fit. So in regards to the stability of the golf shoe, you've got a very, very stable golf shoe here. Moving on to the comfort of the shoe, and in comparison to the standard Pro SL, the Carbon really kind of sets itself apart in this area. So here you've got this 3D printed foam collar which replaces the standard leather collar that you get in the normal Pro SL, and this is very, very comfortable and make sure your foot is nice and locked in around the heel and the ankle area of the shoe. I've got to say as well, in the normal Pro SL, I find it takes a little while to break in, normally a couple of rounds. Compare that with this carbon version, and because of this softer heel area, I didn't have any issues in regards to blistering or discomfort. I felt that these were nice and comfortable straight out the box. Also, in regards to comfort, you've got what's called a Tour Spec tongue. So if I just open up the tongue there, you can see that it's a slightly textured material and there's a little bit of stretch to it as well. Just means that it's nice and comfortable, nice and breathable. It's an additional level of comfort that you get over the standard version. Also, in regards to comfort, and on the inside here, you get the Awfulite Impressions fit bed, or what I call an inner sole, and that's a very nice, comfortable inner sole. If I just pull that out here, you can see here that it's nice and thick. It gives you a really, really good amount of comfort, and it's got an anti-slip kind of material on the top there. Again, this is all in addition. You don't get that on the standard Pro SL. Moving on to the midsole, and this is where the carbon really gets its name from. It uses the FTF, the finely tuned foam, that's exactly the same in the normal Pro SL and has been used in previous versions of the Pro SL as well. But what you are getting is that in the middle of the mid foam, you're getting this carbon fibre layer. So you can hear that now. You've got a nice, and you've got it at the back there as well, nice little piece of carbon fibre. And the reason why that's in there, it's not just in there for show. It means that actually when you bend and flex through the shoe, it gives a bit more of a springy effect. So as you put more and more force through the shoe, it actually delivers you more energy in return. So that's going to be really important if you're really looking to put a whole lot of force through the shoe. And over 18 holes as well, as you're just generally walking in, you don't need to put quite as much energy in as you walk along because it's flexing and giving some of that energy back to you. Now, personally, as you're just generally walking, I didn't find too much of a difference, but actually, when you really put a bit more force through these shoes, you can then start to feel it. The carbon does kind of give these shoes a little bit more of a springy kind of feel. I was worried initially that the carbon in the foam was actually going to make these shoes feel a lot firmer, but that I think is why they've added the Awfulite inner sole in there, because generally these are actually a much softer, more comfortable feeling shoe than the standard Pro SLs, but you're also getting the benefit of additional energy return, so it's win-win there. Taking a look at the sole, and this is exactly the same on the carbon as it is with the standard Pro SL. You've got the Infinity outsole, Footjoy are calling it, and you can see there it's this figure of 8 version of the sole. You've got 189 different points of contact on the sole of the new Pro SL, so you're getting a really, really good amount of grip. And a key area is that Footjoy have increased the width of the heel area by 11%, which is giving you an additional 30% amount of traction when it comes to the grip of the shoe. Now, how you actually measure 30% additional traction, I'm sure they've got machines and monitors and measures and all sorts. I can't measure that here. As a standard average golfer, I would say that the Pro SLs are a very grippy pair of spikeless golf shoes. They are pretty much comparable with spiked golf shoes. Personally, I can't quite tell the difference really in terms of the level of grip that I'm getting compared to last year's version, but I'm going to take their word on it that it's 30% grippier. What I can say is it does feel a little bit more stable because of the extra width on the heel of the shoe, and when you combine that with the carbon fibre inlay there, and well as the carbon fibre heel counter too, this is definitely a very stable feeling spikeless golf shoe that's going to be comparable to spiked golf shoes out there in regards to the amount of grip that you're going to get. So in summary, I am very, very impressed with the Pro SL Carbon. It currently retails in the UK for £180, which makes it quite an expensive spikeless golf shoe, but you are getting a lot of technology in this shoe. You are getting a very, very comfortable feeling shoe when you combine the 3D printed collar with the Tour Spec tongue, with the Awfulite inner sole as well, and the energy return of the carbon fibre, and just the general kind of look and feel of the shoe. You're getting a very high quality, top end premium golf shoe. You're paying an extra £30 over the standard Pro SL, and to be perfectly honest, it feels like you would actually pay a little bit more than £30 for these shoes. So I would definitely say that the premium of £30 for the Carbon is definitely worth paying if you're considering these shoes. Let me know in the comments, would you pay the extra £30? Would you go for the premium version, or would you stick with the standard version of the Pro SL? I really hope you enjoy this video, so hit that like button if you do, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can keep up to date on all my latest reviews of golf shoes, clothing and tech, right here on Golf Guy Reviews.